All right, here we go. Loellen versus St. Charles to kick off the high school season. Still figuring out who everyone is. We get a shot on net. Puck comes out. Judd sends it in. All right, Loellen gets the puck out. Slow down at the blue line. Jolie Angus gets the puck behind the net over for Kalen. Kalen centers it for Jolie. Jolie up for Chevrier. Ryan takes the puck through the neutral zone, dumps it in, and Carly Shea goes in after it. Pressure behind the net. Loellen's after it. Snowy working at it. Snowy takes it down low, knocked away by Shea. Pass in front, can't connect. Corson gets a puck in the corner for Loellen. Sends that around. In comes Mel White to keep the puck in the zone. Pressure from Carrington. Puck comes back for Mel. She fires a shot on net. Blocked in front by Snow. She sends that away. In the neutral zone, Carrington sends it back into Loellen territory. Loellen chips it up and out. Mel White over for Emma Plant. Plant chips it up the boards. It's kept in. Now Emma sends that across for White. White centers that. Picked up by Alyssa Bryant. Bryant chips it up into the zone. No, that was Carrington, sorry. Carrington gets it in, gets a shot. That's blocked. At the blue line, it gets out. Looks like Brooklyn Bertrand takes it in for Loellen. Pass in front. Knocked away by St. Charles. Chip that up the boards. And off goes Harris. Brooklyn Harris gets it in the zone. Now Loellen fires that around. We're there to keep that in. There's Brooklyn Manini. Now behind the net, coming around. Judd keeps that in. Into the corner, gets some support. That time it's Alyssa Bryant. She cuts out front, backhand shot over the net. Puck comes back out front. Now behind the net. Carly Shea working at it. Now Loellen gets the puck into the neutral zone. Judd gets at the red line, sends it back in the zone. Knocked down by Chichu. She goes over to JoJo. Loellen starts to head out with it. Hands up for an icing. Icing waved off, even though it went off the Loellen player. Judd gets it behind the net, sends it out of the zone. Rowan Frood gets it. Now she sends it up. Pass intercepted. Puck's in front. Angus gets a piece of it. The puck comes out. Emma Plant slows her down. I'm sorry, Gauthier slows her down. Plant gets the puck in the corner, gets tripped up. Battle continues. Oof. All right, Jolie gets the puck in the corner, chips it up, kicks it. It's kept in. Now Jolie gets it to the blue line. And Alexi Miller keeps that in. Pass knocked away. Picked up by Loellen. Loellen takes it behind the net. Looks like May Corson with it. Hits the brakes, circles back. Well, save in front. Now we send that out of the zone. JoJo sends it back in. Carrington gets it at the blue line. Chips it up. Avery chips it up. Now Alyssa Bryant drops it back to White. On the sidewall, Avery Manini gets it, takes it into the zone. Shot goes over the net. Alyssa's after it. She gets there, gets the puck at the blue line. We get onside, and Carrington brings it back in. Sends the puck down low. Avery's after it. Snowy gets it up for Loellen. Puck comes out, in comes Perry. Her shot off the blocker of Chloe Ringette. Loose puck picked up by Brooklyn Harris. She chips it up to Alyssa Bryant. Bryant takes it in the zone. Circles at the blue line. Sends it down low for Harris. Puck goes behind the net. Ryan Chevrier after it. She gets there. Chevrier tied up on the sidewall. Harris supports her. Alyssa Bryant gets the puck out. Over to Chevrier. Chichu gets it now for Loellen. Fires that around. Judd comes in to keep that in. She gets support from Harris. Harris to Chevrier. Chevrier gets out in front for Bryant. Bounces away from her. Harris working at it. Knocked away and back for Gauthier. St. Charles. St. Charles at the red line, back and forth into the zone. Hands up for an icing. Icing called. I said Gauthier earlier, but I meant Raina Fletcher. Got my Rainas mixed up. All right, Brian on the draw. Shea and Chevrier on the wings. Judd on the point with number 9, Emma Plante. Plante keeps that in. Loellen gets the puck out into the neutral zone. Chevrier gets back for it. She's got pressure from Loellen. Chevrier takes it behind the net, comes out center with it. Takes it wide into the zone, dumps it in. Chevrier falls it in. Brian with some support. Puck comes out the side. Pressure from St. Charles, and Carly Shea sends it down low. Alyssa Bryant gets it. She's in the corner. Pressure from Loellen. They chip it out. Up the sidewall. Judd stops. Slows him down, and Chevrier gets it. Chevrier to Plante. Plante to Shea, just out of her reach, but she gets it at the blue line and outs. That's going to be icing. 7:37 to go in the first. 0-0 shots tied at 2 apiece. Jolie on the draw, Avery on the wing with Carrington. On the point, we got White and Fletcher. St. Charles chips it up. Chichu keeps that in for Loellen. Now Jolie back to Fletcher, up for Carrington. Carrington at the red line, sends it back to Fletch, over for White. She gets it up for Manini. Manini at the red line, carries it over the blue. Tries to get that to Angus. They're all tied up. At the blue line, White keeps it in. Manini picks it up. Battle along the side. JoJo squeezes her out, and Carrington comes out for the loose puck. Angus with a backhand shot just wide of the net. Avery after in the corner. She's tied up. Gets some help from Jolie. Jolie keeps it in, gets support from Mayo. And then Jolie sends it in the corner. JoJo gets there. Pressure from Jolie. Up the side. White keeps it in. Paise to Manini. That was Angus to Manini. Puck comes out. Mel White gets there. Gets it to the blue line for Carrington. Carrington chips it off the boards, out of the zone. Loellen takes it back in. That was Snowy, number 12. And now picked up by number 16, Alyssa Bryant for St. Charles. Comes out of the zone, through the neutral zone. Picked up by Loellen, number 9. That was Gation. Now battle in the corner. Bryant ties up, gets some help from White and Harris. Sorry, I guess I could show that to you. Puck's back and forth behind the net. Brian gets there, chips it up to the blue line. Now Brooklyn Harris gets it over the red line and dumps it in. On net, forcing the goalie to cover it. We'll get a face-off in Loellen territory. Okay, Kaylin and Brooklyn on the point. Puck comes back to Kaylin. She sends that to Carly. Carly puts that out front. Gets past Chevrier and Angus. Loellen sends it out. Judd gets it at the red line off the boards for Shea. She chips it up for Angus. Angus gets that on net. Gets her own rebound. Goalie makes a save. Shot from behind the net, bounces out front, and the goalie hangs onto that. Could be wrong, but I believe that's Layla Barsanti in net for Loellen. Yeah, never mind. I can hear her talking now. That's Layla. Okay, 5:12 to go in the scoreless first period. Chevrier gets the puck off the draw. Puck comes out of the zone. Loellen gets it. Try to pass out front. Judd blocks the pass. Now puck comes in front, and Chloe's going to hang on to that. Avery on the draw. And Alyssa Bryant comes out with it. Alyssa into the zone. Takes it wide. Bumped off by JoJo, but keeps the battle going. Alyssa gets it down low for Avery. Avery back to Alyssa. Tries to get that out front. It's the side of the net. JoJo sends it up the boards. Brooklyn Manini gets a piece of it, but it comes out. 2-on-1 with some back checkers. There we go. Shooter goes high. Puck at the blue line. Carrington chips that up for Alyssa. Alyssa gets in, takes the puck wide. Oh, tries to get it back to the point, just miscommunication. Emma Plant gets there. Oh, wait, maybe that's Reina Gauthier. Over to Emma Plant. There we go, up for Angus. She chips it up. It's kept in at the blue line by Frood. Now the puck behind the net. Loellen has it. Loellen passes it back to the points. They step on it. Bryant picks it up. Gets it into the zone, but Rowan gets it back for Loellen. Turns with it. Coming up the side. Pressure from Angus. Squeezes her off the puck. And Judd gets it over for Palizé. Over for Harris now. Harris over the blue line. Drops it for Judd. Judd feeds it up to Angus at the blue line. But Ryan Snow's in the way. Now we get into the zone. Brooklyn Harris with some pressure. It comes around the other way. In the corner. Yeah. Sorry. Back in our zone. Send it up center. Brian gets it out. And Ryan Chevrier picks it up in the neutral zone. Ryan takes it in. Puck comes to the blue line. Offside is called. 2:22 left in the first. Still 0-0. Oh, 17's Jenna Cole. Sorry, I keep getting Jenna Cole and Alyssa Bryant mixed up. We'll sort it out eventually. So Carly Shea gets the puck off the draw, chips it into the zone. Loellen sends that out. Brooklyn Manini chips it out of the zone. It's picked up by Chevrier in the neutral zone. Ryan gets it to the blue line, into the zone. Gets support from Alyssa. Puck comes out, back in. Loellen gets it out of the zone. Gation takes it in for Loellen. Behind the net, pressure. Puck comes out, picked up. Ooh, missed an easy trip call there, but we keep it going. Bryant takes it into the zone. Cuts with it. Can't get a shot. In the high slot with it now. Blocked by JoJo. Pressure from St. Charles down low. Keeps the puck in the zone, but now Loellen's starting to break out with it. They fire it up center, just out of the reach. Hands up for an icing. 1:17 left in this first. All right. Jolie on the draw. Avery on the wing with Carrington. Carrington gets it off the draw. Her shot hits the post. Net comes off. Goalie hangs on to it. Kalen on the point with Emma Plants. Carrington gets it back to Plante. She sends it down low. Avery gets it behind the net. Tries to get that out front. Blocked by Chichu. Avery gets it back in the corner. Works it over to Carrington. Carrington to Avery. Avery tries to get that out front. Hits a foot. Loellen sends it out of the zone. Looks like Emma Moore gets it into JoJo. Now Judd gets that back for St. Charles. Off the boards and out. Battle at the blue line. Kalen's going to pick it up and go for a skate. Gets the red line. Gets it over the blue. But now Loellen sends it back. There we go. Brooklyn Harris gets it at the red line. She's got some space. She's going to take it in the zone. Wide shot deflected into the corner. Oh, Jenna Cole gets tripped there in the corner. Back ref's going to call that. I don't think the front, the bigger guy is going to call too much. All right, power play coming up for St. Charles. 2 for Tripp. 15 seconds to go in the first. Attempted to pull the goalie right here. 6-on-4. But 15 seconds is a bit too long, too risky. All right. Everyone's all tied up. Bryant's shot gets deflected behind the net. It's chipped up by Loellen, but Judd walks in with it. She's got 8 seconds. Tries to go back door to Manini. 5 seconds. 3, 2, at the buzzer. Glove save, rebound. Can't get that off. So we'll start the second period on a power play. All right, second period action. Manini on the draw. Bryant and Angus on the wings. Chevrolet on the point with Judd. We got Ringette in net for St. Charles. Barsanti in net for Loellen. Okay. So D to D, up to Jolie. Jolie gets it in to Ryan. Her shot deflected away. Chevrolet gets her own rebound. She's got some time and space, gets that back to Judd. Judd gets that to Chevrolet, almost backdoor, but couldn't get a handle on it. We'll regroup. Got a minute 20 to go in the power play. Get the puck out to Jolie. Jolie to Alyssa. Back to Jolie. Over for Avery. Avery takes it in onside. Her shot saved by Layla. Rebound picked up by Alyssa. She gets that for Jolie. On the side of the net, behind the net. Jolie takes it in the corner. Gets it to Avery. Avery comes out with it. Puts that in front. Ryan's shot blocked. Rebound from Judd. Barsanti puts a paddle on it. Rebound's loose. Picked up by Manini. She feeds it to Chevrier. Couldn't connect back door. Now Ryan with it. Over for Bryant. Bryant driving through traffic. Gets it down low. Got 20 seconds to go in the power play. Alyssa takes it in the corner. Out to the high slot. Back for Chevrier. Chevrier gets that in front. Barsanti makes a save on the screenshot. Jojo chips it up. Ryan's there, keep it in. Cross for Angus. Her shot into the glove of Barsanti with 4 seconds to go in the power play. Both teams making a change. We got Carrington on the draw. Carly and Brooklyn on the wings. Gauthier on the point with White. Three, two, one. Back to 5-on-5. Puck comes out front. Get a shot. It's blocked. Picked up by Brooklyn Bertrand. Blocked by Carrington Palize. Now Chichu gets it for Loellen. Fires it around the boards. And Carly Shea's there to keep it in. In her feet. She sends it back in the zone. Brooklyn Harris working at it. Picked up by Emma Moore. She gets that out just out of the reach of Bertrand, and Mal White sends it back to the neutral zone. Birdie picks it up in the neutral zone, hands it back to Trinity. Trinity to Birdie, off her stick, and Brooklyn Harris sends it back into the Loellen territory. Chichu gets it for Loellen, behind it, passes up the sidewall. Back to Chichu, she sends that out into the zone. Iced and waved off, Chichu's after it. She gets a piece of it. Now Perry gets it for Loellen. Takes it in the corner. Pass blocked by Mal White. She hands that off to Carly Shea. Up middle for Brooklyn Harris, and we're back in Loellen zone. Oh, Loellen gets it back from Emma Moore. Morrissey takes it in the zone onside. Takes it wide. No shot. Now she gets a shot in the net. 1-0 Loellen. Goal from Emma Moore. All right, 1-0 with 12 minutes to go in the second period. Emma Moore gets the first goal of the game, put Loellen up. Now Loellen brings it back in the zone, gets a shot, deflected. And Chloe hangs on to that one. Okay, Avery on the draw. Jenna Cole on the wings with Alyssa Bryant. On the points, we got Gauthier, Manini. Puck comes out front. Shot, big save. Now the whistle goes.
Steve's everywhere, eh?
Oh, yeah. Everywhere you go, there's Steve Gallo. And off the draw, they get it back to JoJo. Her shot gets deflected over the net. St. Charles battles down low for it. Gets some help from Angus. She comes out with it, gets it up to Chevrier. Chevrier's taking up the side. She's got Paise and Angus with her. Chevrier takes it down low, behind the net, sends it back to the points. Get a shot from the point. Goalie makes a save from Barsanti. That was a shot from Emma Potts. She's out there with Brooklyn Manini on the points. Angus on a draw. Angus wins it, gets it back to the point. Plante takes a look, sends that in front. Carrington tips it, but goes behind the net. Chichu picks it up, gets it to Corson. Angus stops her, gets some help from Chevrier. Chevrier comes out front with it, turns on the forehand, gets a shot, but Barsanti shuts the door. Just under 11 minutes to go in the second period. Hey, puck comes back to Judd. She sends that down low. Angus after it. Getting help from Chevrier. Chevrier gets it to Jolie in front for Carrington. She's all tied up. Now we get a shot, but the goalie is there again. Currently out shooting Loellen 12-7. 10:42 in the second. Angus gets it back to the points. I believe that's Gauthier. Chips that out front. Knocked away by Loellen. Gauthier sends it down low for Chevrier. She's in the corner all alone. Puts it out front. Cleared out by Chichu. Now pressure. And the puck comes up center. Judd gets there for St. Charles. Clears the zone. And Carrington gets it back into the zone for St. Charles. The old chip and change. Out comes Shea, Harris, Cole, or Bryant, sorry. Puck to the blue line. Judd's there for it. She walks in. Gets a shot off the blocker. One top corner. Nice try. Barsanti got a blocker on it. Now Loellen chips it up. But whoa, nice move from Alyssa Bryant. Gets taken out, draws a penalty. Puck comes back for Judd. Her shot deflected over the net. Rebound is in! Thank Judd to Carly Shea. Negates the penalty and ties us up at 1-1. All right, all tied up at 1, 9:45 to go in the second. Got a bunch of white helmets out there. Looks like Bella Perry takes it in for Loellen. Gets that to Bertrand, but she's tied up. And Alyssa Bryant gets the puck back and goes for a little skate. She's got some speed. She takes it through the neutral zone into Loellen territory, wide. Little toe drag, gets in front. Her shot blocked, but rebound picked up by Shea. She takes that down low. Surveying her options. Now she's tied up. Oh, puck comes up center. Loellen gets it back in, fires it in the corner. White ties her up. Puck comes out front. Loellen passes it. Blocked by St. Charles. Now Bryant gets it. Bryant picks it, sends it cross ice to Manini. Manini takes it into the zone. She's up against JoJo. JoJo hits it in the corner. JoJo fires it up for Elegation. Gation chips it up center. She finds Bella Perry. She couldn't get the shot. Well, she got a shot, but the goalie made the save. Now St. Charles clears the zone. pressure from St. Charles. Puck goes in the corner. There we go, good position, and Angus comes out with the puck, gets that to Judd. Judd centers that, just out of the reach of everybody. Icing called. .809 left in the second, 1-1. Who we got on the draw? Angus versus Perry. Angus wins it back, picks it up, goes for a skate. Jolie takes it through center, into the zone. On her forehand, her shot gets deflected away. Puck comes into the corner. Loellen sends that to the other corner. There we go. St. Charles gets it back at the red line. She's double teamed. She keeps working it forward. Sends it up center. Bryant gets there. Takes it in front. Just couldn't get the shot. Big poke check from Barsanti. Now the puck's back for St. Charles. At the neutral zone, we chip it up. Loellen gets back in their zone. Send it over to Rowan Frood. Frood sends it up the side wall. Judd's there to stop Perry. And then Bryant gets the loose puck in the neutral zone. Bryant takes it in the zone, drops back for Judd. She fires her shot on net. We'll get a face-off inside. Off the draw, back to the point. DDD pass, intercepted by May Corson. Corson takes it into St. Charles zone, pass in front, intercepted by Mayall White. Over now for Alyssa Bryant. She tries to get that to Jenna Cole. No, Cole tried to get that to Bryant. Now the puck comes up to Bryant in the neutral zone. She gets that over for J. Cole. Cole in the zone, drops it back for Bryant. Pass in front for Chevrier. Ryan takes it behind the net. Walks out front, gets a shot. Barsanti makes a save. Rebound cleared away, but White's there to keep it in. Puck comes back to White 2 times. Now Ryan Chevrier walks in with it. Dodges a player, gets a shot. Barsanti with the save. Rebound picked up by Bryant. Bryant in the corner, sends it back for White. D to D. Fletcher shot into the glove of Barsanti. Out shooting Loellen 17-9 with 6:09 to go in this tied second period. Angus on the draw. Gets that for Shea. Shea gets that back to the point. She sends that down low. Harris gets there. She's tied up now. Gets some support from Angus. Angus and Harris working out in the corner. Puck comes out. There we go. We stop in the neutral zone. Harris working at it. Cross ice pass. Gets over to Gation. Oh, Gation takes it into the zone. Shot off of Manini. Manini to Shea. Shea sends that behind the net. Bella Perry's there, but Carly Shea picks it back up. Sends it center for Angus. Angus sells the puck down. Gets in the zone. Puts the puck in front. Emma Moore sends that away. Carly Shea gets a piece of it, and Brooklyn Harris takes it back down low. Pressure from Bella Perry, keeping her on the sidewall. And Emma Moore picks it up for Loellen. Down low. Excuse me. Loellen has it in the corner. Behind the net for Emma Moore. Pressure from Avery Manini gets it back for St. Charles. Now Loellen gets it again down low. Manini picks it back up. Pass to Brandish, comes off the bench. Her shot. Saved by Barsanti. Here we go. Off the draw, get it to Menini. She hands it back to the point. A shot, save. Rebound picked up by Bryant. She comes in the high slot with it. Drops it back to the point. Nice shot, glove save. Okay, puck gets back to the point. We go D to D. Fire a shot, blocked in front. Carrington sends it back down low. Menini gets it in the corner, pass out front, chipped away by Barsanti. Now Carrington tries to get that back to the point. Bounces away. Now back in our zone. Everyone's racing for it. They get a shot. Navarro with the save. Now up for Carrington. She gets it to the blue line. Chips it up. Gets tied up at the red line. Back now for the defense. Loellen with some pressure gets that out front. But we clear that to the blue line. Out. Loellen with possession, going D to D, up center. Back in our zone. Cuts to the net, gets the shot. Navarro gets a blocker on it. Rebound cleared away and picked up by Menini. Menini at center ice. Takes it into the zone. Down low, gets a shot. Barsanti shuts the door. Puck coming around, and Judd's there for it. Fakes the shot, walks in. That one's deflected, glove save. .3:17 to go in the second period. Still 1-1 for the score. Barsanti takes a break after facing 21 shots. Off the draw to the winger. Menini has it, circles, takes it down low, pass in front for Angus. Her shot, just over the crossbar off the goalie. Puck's in the corner. Loellen sends it up center. Jojo has it. Mail's keeping her outside. There we go. Now Judd gets loose puck. Picked up by Angus. She sends that cross ice for Chevrier. She takes that into the zone. Behind the net. Corner. Chevrier gets that back to Kaylin. Kaylin walks in. Her shot. Glove save. Rebound comes out. Kaylin sends it back down low. Menini to Chevrier. She gets a shot. Blocker save. Puck goes in the corner. Cleared out by Loellen. Hands up for an icing. Icing called with 2:25 to go in the second. All right, Bryant on the draw. Gets that back to Jenna Cole. Chevrier shot, save from Barsanti. Off the draw, Brooklyn Harris ties up on the sidewall. Puck comes down low. Pressure. And slow him down at the blue line. Allegation gets it back in ours, but Bryant sends it out. At the blue line, we get that out now. Loellen working at the red line. Puck goes in the zone. Brooklyn Harris battles in the corner. Brooklyn Bertrand gets it. Now it's back for Brooklyn Harris. We got the battle of the Brooklyns going on. Now Loellen gets the puck behind the net. Pressure from J. Cole. And Shea. Puck comes around all the way out. Won't be far enough for an icing. Send that over for Chevrier. She gets it up for Jenna Cole. She chips it up center. Chevrier almost got that in the zone. All tied up. Now it's back for Angus. She fires that in on net. Barsanti pulls it back in as Angus heads in for pressure. 1:01 left in the second period. 1-1 the score. Shots now 25-11 for St. Charles. All right, off the draw, Loellen gets the puck, send it up center. They get in the zone, pass goes into the corner. Carrington picks it up for St. Charles, ships it up center. Chichu gets it back for Loellen, sends it back into the zone. Now, Loellen gets it over for Bella Perry, but Melissa Bryant gets it back, sends it up for Carrington. Carrington's after it. She's got Chichu on her. Drop pass. Nope, she just takes possession. Sends it back to the point. Oh, we tried to get that in front, but got to the wrong white helmet. Now loose puck. Navarro's going to play that into the corner. St. Charles takes it behind the net, chips it up. Battle on sidewall. We get the puck up to the blue line, kept in by Loellen. 5 seconds on the board. That's going to be the end of the second, all tied up at 1 apiece. We'll get the Zamboni out there and be back for third period after the flood. All right, third period action. 15 minutes on the clock. All tied up at 1. Bryant, Shea, and Chevrier up front. Judd and Fletcher on the point. Puck's in the Loellen zone. Emma Moore chips it up. It's kept in by Fletcher. Now shot from Bryant, held on to by Barsanti. All right, Bertrand gets the puck out for Loellen. Judd sends it back in the neutral zone. Oh, Birdie keeps. Oh no, it comes out. Alyssa Bryant gets the puck. Takes it up through the neutral zone. Ooh. That was offside, but we're going to let that one go. Puck comes all the way out. Send that back in the zone. Sent back out. Fletcher chips it up in the neutral zone. Help from Carrington. But Loellen sends it back in. Judd picks it up for St. Charles. Hands it off to Carrington. Isabella Perry gets in the way. Keeps the puck in the zone. Carrington ties her up and Jolie gets the puck back. Jolie takes it in the zone. Squeezed off the puck. No call. And getting some help from Manini. She drops that back to the point to her sister. Manini pass. Now it's chipped up the boards. Avery's got the puck, hands it back to Brooklyn. Over for Emma. But now Loellen takes it in the zone. Behind the net. Manini to Manini. Back to Manini. And around for Paise. Angus chips it up. Carrington chips it out. And Avery takes it in the zone. Chichu gets her in front of the net. Now heads up the zone with the puck. Pressure from Avery. Stops her at the ringette line. Bryant gets the puck back. Chips that out. Pressure from Jenna Cole. D-to-D pass. Up center. Picked up by Loellen. Harris gets a piece of it. Now back to Loellen. They're in our zone. Into the corner. Shot off the Navarro's pad. Chip up the boards. Kept in by Loellen's. Back for Fletcher. Tries the wraparound. Navarro stops it there. As the net comes off. "12 minutes left in regulation time. Whoa. Goalie had her helmet off. There we go, now we're good. Shot goes wide off a deflection. Send that behind the net. Loellen gets there. Pass out front, hits a skate. Ryan Chevrier gets a loose puck. Tries to get that out front, but clears the zone instead. Puck comes back into our zone, no icing. Pressure and fire it up the boards. Kept in by, oh no, bounces over JoJo's stick. Pressure from Ryan Chevrier, steals the puck. Gets it in the zone. She's got two girls with her. She's all tied up though. Gets that back to Kaylin. Kaylin gets a shot. It's deflected. Rebounds out for Chevrier. Her shot. Save. Puck comes around the side. Bella Perry gets it for Loellen. Turns with it. Gets some pressure. Judd keeps it in. Gets past the couple. Gets a shot. Just misses the corner. I think Barsanti got a glove on that. Puck comes out. but sent back in by St. Charles. Jojo gets it for Loellen. Pass up to Ryan Snow. Snowy shot gets deflected away. Avery Manini gets the puck, fires it out of the zone. Puck comes back in. Dried at the ringette line, chips it back out. Bella Perry gets it for Loellen in her zone. Close call at neutral zone. Puck comes back for Carrington. Finds Kalen. Kalen chips it up for Alyssa. Alyssa takes it up center. Tries to get that over. She's all tied up though. She goes back on the back check, keeps the puck in the zone. At the sidewall, Brandt working at it, gets it back to Judd. Her shot, glove save. 10 minutes to go in regulation time. All tied up at 1. Off the draw. Avery gets the puck. No call. And Bella Perry gets in the zone, but Jolie stops her at the blue line, chips it out. Jojo sends it over for Trinity. Trinity chips it up center. Jolie gets that back to White. White to Manini. Manini to Manini. All right, yeah. Avery takes it in the corner. Pass in front, couldn't connect. Loose puck, picked up by Chichu. She sends that out of the zone. Gation tries to bring that in. Puck comes out of bounds. We'll get a face-off in front of St. Charles bench. 9:22 left in regulation. Okay, Bryant sends it to the point. He's fire that up center for Jenna Cole. Cole to Bryant. Getting some help from Harris. That's knocked away, and Jenna Cole gets it back to the point again. Male White with it. Turns, surveys her options, sends it up center to Harris. Harris gets the red line. Gets it into the zone. Gets a shot, glove save. .8:59 left in regulation. Off the draw, Emma Moore sends it behind the net. Harris gets it to Cole, back to Harris. Harris walks out, gets a shot, rebounds loose, still loose. Harris has it now. Skates out with it, circles back. The old double circle, sends it down low for Bryant. Bryant takes it behind the net, out in the corner. High slot, drop pass to the point. Brooklyn Manini with it in the corner, gets that to Brooklyn Harris. Harris tries to get that out front. Emma Moore chips it up center. Picked up by Loellen, and they skate out with it. Number 6 for Loellen gets it behind the net. Pressure from Jenna Cole knocks that away. Battle in the corner. Puck comes up in the other corner. Oh, nice work from Bryant. She gets that to the blue line and out. Support from Cole at the blue line. But Loellen brings it back in. Chips it in the corner. Oh, Brooklyn Manini gets it, breaks some ankles, goes for a little skate, and hands it up to Ryan Chevrier. Chevrier takes it down low in the corner as St. Charles gets a change going. Ryan into the other corner. Now we got all 5 out there. Pass in front. Jolie gets a shot on net. Saved by Barsanti. Behind the net now for Avery. Avery tries to get that out front. Loellen got in the way. They fire that up to the blue line. St. Charles keeps it in. Now it's back for Avery. Avery for Kalen. Up for Jolie. Jolie off the helmet of the other team. Behind you, Kalen. Nobody knew where that was. Now Kalen gets it up to Jolie. Jolie takes it in the zone. Drives the net. Gets it over. It's in some feet. Down low for Chevrier. Getting some help. Hopefully they call holding the stick on that one. They're not going to call. We're going to get called for hooking. You forgot to blow the whistle, though. Hooking is called. Seven minutes left in the third period. We get Kalen and Mayall on the point. Alyssa on the draw. Carrington on the wing. Bella Perry on the draw for Loellen. Puck gets back to White. She sends that behind the net. Carrington gets there, pins it, chips it behind the net for Bryant. Bryant comes up the other side, gets it to Judd. Judd to Bryant. Bryant all the way down. Loellen gets it back behind the net. They circle around, start to break out with it. Up through the neutral zone, Bella Perry takes it in the zone. Bella Perry down low, comes out front, gets a shot, rebounds loose in front, cleared away. Now Judd's after that rebound, she comes out with it, chips it up center. Gets a shot, that's blocked. Gets her own rebound, all alone, shot, glove save. 1:10 to go on the penalty, 6:05 in the period. That was Layla's 29th shot, according to the scoreboard. Angus gets that into Chevrier. Chevrier takes it behind the net. And some pressure from JoJo. Chevrier keeping possession going. She sends that across. Kalen keeps that in. Kalen takes that down low. Gets that back to Ryan. Ryan chips that in. Angus keeps it in the zone, but now picked up by Loellen with 40 seconds to go in their power play. They bring it in the zone, but Kalen stops him at the blue line and sends it out. JoJo gets it for Loellen. Chips it up center. Mayall White steps up to stop that. Gets some help from Angus. Angus behind the net, into the corner. She's got some pressure, gets some help from Chevrier. She gets that out of the zone. JoJo sends that across the blue line. They re-enter the zone. Walk in, get a shot, that goes wide. Now the penalty's over. Pass in front, blocked by Kalen. She chips it up center. Won't be far enough for icing. Nice race from Avery. She keeps the battle going. Getting some help from Bryant. Avery gets the loose puck now. Comes out in the high slot. Her shot, glove save, rebound, cleared away. Back to the point, slap shot from Brooklyn. Pass in front, save, rebound, goes behind the net. Cleared out by Loellen. And Fletcher gets that for St. Charles. Chips that up into the zone. Bodies flying everywhere, and Manini gets the loose puck in the neutral zone. Shea to Fletcher, chips that up for Bryant into the zone. Alyssa all alone as their teammates go off for a change. In comes Shea for support now, and Harris. Oh, nice steal from Bryant. She gets a shot. Goalie makes a save. Whistle goes. .350 in regulation. All right. Just making sure Layla's all good. All right. All right. Emma Moore sends that around the boards off the draw. Jenna Cole keeps that in. Back for Judge. She sends that to Cole. Cole takes it in the corner, tries to get it back. There we go. Nice work. Bella Perry gets in the neutral zone. Judd ties her up. Loellen sends it back to their D. Rowan Frood with the puck, sends it up center. Bella Perry gets it. Pressure from Jolie Angus and Jenna Cole. Stop right at the blue line. Brooklyn Manini sends it up for Brooklyn Harris. Harris takes it into the Loellen territory, drives the net, gets it in front, cleared away by Barsanti. In the corner, puck's cleared out by Loellen. Ryan Chevrier's back for it. She gets that over for Kaylin. Kaylin up for Carrington. Carrington in the zone. Her shot goes behind the net. Frood sends that into the corner. It's cleared out of the zone. Judd gets it back in the neutral zone. Cross ice for Chevrier. Pressure from Ryan Snow. We got a Ryan versus Ryan battle. Now Kaylin gets it. Kaylin sends it up for Alyssa Bryant. Bryant into the zone with it. Manages to settle the puck down. Gets it in front. Shot, saved, rebound, held on to. 2:23 left in regulation. Shots are now 32-14 for St. Charles. Score still 1-1. Off the draw, we get the puck. Fire shot, just missed the net. White keeps the puck in. Puck's back, and Carrington's there to help out. Gets some help from Bryant. Bryant in the neutral zone, skates it back in. Gets it over for Avery. Ryan Snow gets in the way, chips it. Nope, she doesn't chip it up. She keeps control. Sends it over for Chichu. Chichu up center. Snowy gets it back. Takes it in the zone. That's knocked away by Chevrier. Now Loellen gets it back down low. Behind the net. Pressure. Ryan Chevrier gets it into the corner. Chips it up, but it's kept in by Loellen. They get a shot. Glove save from Navarro. 1:33 left in regulation. Angus on the draw. Plonk and Judd on the points. Harris on the wing with Manini. Puck's over for Judd. She chips it up. Chichu's there to keep that in. Chichu takes it in. Pressure from Judd knocks it back to the blue line. Jojo gets it. Her shot saved by Navarro. Rebound goes behind the net. Now Jojo gets another shot. That one's blocked by Manini. Jojo gets her own rebound. Her shot goes over the net this time. Chichu's there to keep it in. She sends that down low. Harris after it. Puck comes out front. Shot from Gation. Saved by Navarro. 1:02 left in regulation. 17 shots now for Loellen. Off the draw. Everyone's all tied up. Bryant finds a loose puck. Chips it up, but it's kept in by Loellen. Judd knocks that over the blue line. Chichu sends it back into the zone. Bryant's after it. Pressure from Perry. Perry and Manini battle as Bryant sends that around for Judd. Uh-oh, Judd couldn't get that out. Now it's at the blue line for Jojo with 30 seconds. Her shot in the net. Jojo puts Loellen up 2-1 with 30 seconds to go in regulation. Play it. 20 seconds. Face off in our zone. "15 seconds. Loellen sends it behind the net. Brian Chevrier chips it up. 7 seconds. Loellen just going to carry that in the corner. That's going to be the game. Tough loss for St. Charles in the final seconds. Until next week.